each person really does have something valuable to contribute to society, to their families. But we can't really do that unless we really feel like we're living the best lives that we possibly can. And really, when I started talking to women and my students as they worked through their projects, as my adult learners applied what they knew from their jobs and applied new concepts to the different things that they're working on, there was always a tinge of self-doubt or a tinge of knowing that one could do more, but just couldn't find that strength to do it. And a lot of my research around persistence looks at why people may set a goal and then subsequently not reach the goal. So we can look at that from an educational aspect, but we can also look at it from just a personal life pursuit aspect. And I had the pleasure throughout this past year to really talk about my own journey of becoming my best self. And I had written so many journals over the years, and I began to just kind of throw them aside and put them in a luggage with the thought of one day going back to it and making it into creative works or making it into productions, but I just never got to it. And I would take this luggage with me everywhere I went. These journals had my deepest desires, they had my failures, and you know how journals are, it's like your best friend that you can, share all your deep insecurities and thoughts with. But there are some poignant moments when we just look at our journals that we can glean from, because it's in those moments when we're revisiting something that happened in our past or something that we would have done differently that we can find nuggets of wisdom. So throughout this summer, I will be reading from my latest self-help book, Tomorrow Can't Wait. And when I created Tomorrow Can't Wait, it really was a message to myself. This idea that we keep putting things off tomorrow. I will write that tomorrow. I'll let this person know I love them tomorrow, or I will deal with this deep pain that I've had tomorrow. So I learned with time that procrastination can be an awful, awful teacher, because when we procrastinate something that we can definitely do, or we know we're called to do that thing, we end up having what I call, the terrible pill. And that pill is the pill of resentment. So when I started to work on Tomorrow Can't Wait, I never would have imagined the way my personal life would change, because I began to just write from my gut. And I think that's really where many people want to be, where they can feel like, you know what, I'm living, but I'm not just living day to day. I feel like vibrant. I have energy. There's things going on. And even though I have challenges, I'm able to see past those challenges because I'm rigorously involved in something or doing something that I feel passionate about. So thank you so much for being a part of the Woman Empowered channel and for all of the videos that are to come. You'll notice that if you've gone through my channel, I have really 3 different types of themes of videos. One of them really is from a creative space. So I've had the awesome opportunity of writing a number of creative works, and these are called Chronicles of a Poet. And so you'll see those kinds of creative works in my videos. You'll also see a few excerpts from some online courses that I have taught called Women Build Confidence coaching series, I Lost My Job, Now What, and just a host of other videos. So feel free to peruse some of these videos and send me a link if you have a question about one of the courses or one of the videos. But hopefully this year we will streamline these videos and they will primarily deal with 2 things. Number 1, helping women establish and build their confidence. And number 2, giving individuals pragmatic steps towards reaching their personal and or professional goals. So I want to thank you so much for following. Today, we are going to jump right into the Tomorrow Can't Wait book. Okay, so again, Tomorrow Can't Wait is all about not putting things off. And one of the things I liked about this book was the ability to ask questions. And I call these questions for growth, because hopefully a really good question makes you kind of ponder and ask yourself, well, yeah, why do I think that way? Or what was something that happened that influenced the way I see things today? So make sure when you're listening to these things that you grab a journal, jot down some notes, because I'm pretty sure that you'll find some nuggets in here that will be helpful for you. All right, and today I decided I didn't want to use my video camera, so I am multitasking. So today we're going to look at from stagnancy to responsibility, and I'm actually going to read this whole excerpt to you. And this is day 9 in the Tomorrow Can't Wait book. Once, after reflecting on my sphere of influence, I realized how important it is to check my friendships to see if they are productive or if they're draining. One word, stagnant, comes to mind. This word indicates that we are like a hamster moving in circles without a clear path. How terrible to be in a position where you do not feel you are moving ahead on a personal or professional level. I do not believe that anyone wants to live a life of mediocrity. How can we conduct a self-evaluation? We need to realize how past experiences influence our internal estimate of our potential to attain personal and professional goals. In my experience, I had problems when I neglected to set boundaries in my personal life. I avoided setting boundaries to avoid confrontation, and as a result, my resentment and anger for not creating clear expectations gave others free rein to abuse my time, my energy, and my friendship. Let me tell you, we never think about how important it is to consider those that we spend time with. And when we really want to change, one of the things we have to do is just get still, to be able to hear our own thoughts. Sometimes there might be a chatty person around, and you will be amazed at how much their thoughts have influenced you. So I really highlight in this chapter how I didn't realize how much my time was being spent, sitting with people who really didn't have my best interest in mind, or spilling all my guts out of wisdom and knowledge just because I thought it was best to do. But what I have learned is that, number one, the first person that we can really honor and take care of in a great way is ourselves. And number two, it's okay to say no. So many times we have resentment because we look at a situation and we say, I knew I should have stopped that discussion way earlier than I allowed. I knew that this person didn't have my best interest in mind, but we keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. So take the time to really think about those that you choose to be around. Ask yourself, how do I feel when I leave that discussion? Do I feel empowered? Do I feel like this person has my best interest in mind? Do I feel like they're only negative when I present new ideas? Now, sometimes we do need some good critics, so not all bad discussions are terrible, but I'm talking about those experiences where you know in your gut that someone is really undermining you, or they're completely doubting you because maybe they've known you for years and they're like, hey, accept it. You'll never change in this area. But today could be the day that you actually do change in a given area. So I would like you just to think about any aspects of resentment that you may have held onto for the past couple of years or even the past couple of weeks. Where does that resentment stem from? What And who do you hold accountable for that kind of resentment? And then I would just say, you know what? Take stock of who you are. Take a moment to really value the good parts of who you are. We already can list without a question all the terrible things that we need to fix and all the awful things that are not working. But then there are some good things that we can take time to think about. I've learned that when I've taken time to be still, turned off my phone, turned off every distraction, and took simply a staycation, how clear my thoughts can become. So, welcome to the Woman Empowered channel. Please let me know that you are tuning in. Consider to share and like if this video was for you, and I look forward to reading your comments. Take care. Bye-bye.